Где кастрюля?
Oh, just soup.
Где? На балконе?
Да. Нет человек съел.
О.
Hello, Mikhail. Oh. Hello, can you hear me? Can you hear me? Okay.
Yeah, no, I
That's
can
it.
see. So, what is the topic for today?
Immigration.
Immigration. Interesting topic.
Yes. Hello, Mary.
Hello, how are you?
How you doing tonight?
I'm okay, thank you. How are you?
We talk about immigration. Do you know anybody that's ever immigrated?
No.
No?
I think it's a popular thing now, so a lot of people would try, would try, but it's hard because they don't know English or any language.
Yes. You got to learn English going to different countries, yeah. Or Germany, you got to learn German. So what kind of problems do you think that, why do people immigrate, Mary, do you think?
I think a lot of reason. Sometimes it's war, or sometimes it's crisis. People want new job, new because they maybe can't work in their country. Sometimes they, I don't know, married. Maybe we know about a lot of story when women go to America and other countries. They married for men.
Uh-huh.
And
do you know anybody done that?
What?
Do you know anybody has done that? Got married to another country?
No, I know one woman, but she moved on to Canada.
Oh yeah. Is she happy there? You know?
I don't know. I don't see her a lot, a very long time.
Okay. Hey Val, how you doing?
Hey Thomas, long
Glad
time.
to have you back. Yeah, glad to have you back. So today we're talking about immigration.
Yeah, right about my alley.
Yeah. Do you know anybody that's ever immigrated before?
What's that again?
Do you know anybody that has immigrated before?
Yeah, actually, I know a couple of guys. My cousin immigrated a long time ago, about 10 years ago, in Spain.
To Spain, right?
To Spain, right?
Yeah.
To Spain.
Uh-huh.
Well, I myself tried to immigrate to the United States right now. Well, that's it, actually.
Okay. Why did your cousin move to Spain?
I don't know. He just wanted to stay in Europe. He's from originally from Kaliningrad. Do you know that city?
Kaliningrad, I've heard of it. Yeah.
Yeah, right. The most, the westest city of Russia. Well, he just make a choice. He made a choice between France and Spain. He chose Spain, right?
Okay. Valerie, how you doing tonight?
Hi, Thomas.
Glad
I'm
to have you
great.
with us. We're talking about immigration. Why do people immigrate? Can you tell us why you
They
think you
want to
immigrate?
emigrate. They want to emigrate to find a better life for themselves. And
What kind of life? What would be better? What could be better?
better jobs, higher incomes, more safety, higher perspectives, better environment, better climate, better chances for travel.
Do you anybody has done this?
Found a better life?
No, has emigrated from your country to another country. Do you know anybody?
Yes, of course. My course mates from university mates live in the United States. Some of them.
Have you talked to them since they moved to the United States? Have you communicated with them?
To them?
Talked to them or emailed them?
Very, very occasionally.
They seem happy?
No idea. I have no idea. I think, judging by the photos from social networks, I think they're doing fine, and they're not coming back. So it makes me think they're satisfied with the life they have in the United States.
Okay. Mary, what could be problems with immigration? What kind of immigration problems could we have?
A lot of country from our country.
Well, either way, too much this way or this way. What could be a problem?
What can be a problem?
Yeah, how could immigration be a problem?
With language and with visa and a lot of problems. Sometimes people moved and they lost.
They get lost?
Yes, they get lost. And when people usually to Russia, go to Russia from Ukraine, they lost. You know.
They get lost?
People. Yes, and nobody know where they.
Okay, Val, do you know anybody that is immigrated to your city? Moved to your city from another country?
To my city from another country?
Yeah.
Well, actually, yeah, I know a girl who moved from I don't know in English Moldova. Pretty nice girl. She got married. Had 2 kids here with a local guy. Well,
does she seem happy?
She seemed happy, right? I don't get it, but maybe she, she find her happiness here, and well, she likes it.
Well, Moldova's kind of a poor country, right? She probably lives better there, right?
I think so. I don't actually. I've never been there, but I think right. It's a pretty poor country.
I've been there. It's pretty poor. What do you think could cause problems with immigration? Do you think too many people move into one place or another can cause problems?
Well, it causes difficulties, I think, not problems. Oh, for me.
Like what kind of problems?
As Mary said, language. I think it's one of the biggest difficulties or problems. But it's not that bad. You can learn it. You can actually learn it uh, when you already there. Uh, uh, you need to find some income, find a job or something. Well, to to get money to pay rent or to pay for your food.
Yes, well, I was thinking about other problems like with immigration. You know, you've heard about these boat people coming from Africa going to Italy. You read that in the paper? You read about
Mm,
that?
No, 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 no. I don't read. I
Lots of
didn't get.
people. There's brought like big problems in northern Africa, and people were jumping on boats and take them to Greece and Italy.
Mm-hmm.
Lots of people.
Mm-hmm.
And they're just, there's, I guess there's wars and stuff in northern Africa, so they're, thinking they're afraid for their life, so they're taking big risks to take these boats to Italy from Africa. Then thousands of people end up in Italy. They don't know what to do with them. You know, I read about this.
Right. Well, I read something about this. I think uh, they're coming from again. I don't know how to say it in English. Algier. Algier.
Algeria,
Yes,
Algeria,
Algeria. Right.
Algeria.
Algeria. To Italy, to France. Well, somehow civilized countries deal with it or deal with them pretty good, I think.
What do you think they should do with these people?
Well, what can they do? They just have to deal with it somehow. They can't just if of course they have to uh, run away legally. They have to board cross the board legally.
Well, they're not legal.
Illegal.
They're illegal.
Oh, well, that's I don't know. I'm not a in politics. I don't know what to do with that.
You think they just ship them back, even though it's dangerous to go back?
Mm, they should go.
It's
They
happened
should go
because
back.
I'm sorry, what was that, Mikhail? What did you say?
as I understand, they to try to move to Italy because it's the nearest countries
Yes,
across the. But they pay a lot of money,
yes,
like $1,000 for
yes.
this traveling. Yeah. So of course they want to find some kind of job, simple job, because as I understand, sometimes it's really usual people which are also know English and
Oh
another
no, they're
languages.
unskilled,
So
poor people. Yeah,
yeah, it's educated person. So they only want to better life, and because of war, they need to remove. So
yeah. They're just trying to get away
it,
from getting shot at, right? Um, well, Valerie, you there? Valerie, you
I'm
there?
here.
No.
I'm here. Yes.
Okay. Do you hear this conversation about these boat people coming from Africa going to Italy?
Yes, I was yeah overhearing.
Okay. What do you think they should do with these people? As the
Uh,
people just show up on your coast?
I don't know. Of course, they have to send them back, and because they can't have them in Italy, and it would be far too expensive for Italy. And I think we have to blame the United States for disrupting the economical situation in North Africa. Because, for example, if we take Algeria, all right, there was a Gaddafi regime, and but when Gaddafi was the leader of the country, everything was smooth, and the rate of immigration from Algeria was not so big as it is now. And now, when the Americans took Gaddafi away, these Muslim organizations took over, and the situation changed for the worse. And so we have to blame the Americans for, getting their nose into every hole. And this causes big problems not only for Europe but also for Russia, because these are, endless. Now it seems to be an endless process.
I
Now I
understand.
just don't know how to fix this.
I understand what you're saying, and I'm very try to be well up to speed on all the news. But we'd like to try to keep this non-political, if we could, and just talk about like immigration and how
Thomas,
it
we live in the
changes.
world, and everything is politics now.
I understand. And I'm very well read on the papers and the news, and I know all about this, and I don't necessarily agree with it, but it's trying to just anyways. I agree to a large extent, but we want to talk about immigration. So do you know anybody that's immigrated to your city? You live in Moscow, don't you, Valerie? You live in Moscow, right?
Yes, I do.
Do you know anybody that's moved to Moscow from another country?
Among my acquaintances or friends,
Uh-huh. Anybody you've known that moved to Moscow from another country? I thought Moscow had a lot of people move there from other countries.
of course, there are a lot of expatriates. I have quite many acquaintances
From what
from
countries?
from the UK, the United States. They're working as teachers in Moscow, and I did some courses with them.
Were they good teachers?
Yeah, they were, great teachers, and I really appreciated their assistance. And they were native speakers, so it was, for me, it was a really great practice of English to communicate with them, to have their classes.
Okay. Mary, do you know anybody that's moved to your city from another country?
No, I don't know anyone
Um,
who moved to my city.
if they did move to your city, do you think they should they make them learn the language and make them know all the cultures and rules and laws and stuff? You think they should make them learn that right away?
If somebody move in
Move
my city,
to your city, yeah, from another country.
I think it's not depend which. No, it depend if it's from near country. I think no, but if it's person from, I don't know, Africa or another country which we have a big difference, I think yes.
Well, how long do you think they should be allowed to study, to learn the language and learn the cultures and the new rules and laws? How long do you think they should be allowed to?
I think Russian language really difficult.
I agree.
It's more difficult than English, I think. And I don't know, it depends on person, and it depends on desires. If person really want it and it's necessary because person want maybe work or communicate with other, it can be faster. But if person stay at home and maybe have distance work, it can be long period.
Okay. Val. Do you think that people that are immigrants, do you think they are discriminated against, treated differently than the local people?
Well, it depends of the place, I think. Well, maybe people from small southern countries who immigrate to Russia, they treat not well, I think, here. Well, most of them, because they just wanted to find a better place, wanted to place to work and to support their family, and Russian people are very conservative, and they don't like it.
Well, they're so that they treat the people badly.
What's that? I don't get it.
They treat those people badly.
I think yeah. Well, treat. People say that they don't like them, but they do nothing about it. They just saying, oh well, it's too much. They came from their country. They should go back or something like that.
Do you treat people differently because they're from a different country?
No. I don't know actually, but I think the same problem, maybe the same problem in the United States too. Actually, where I wanted to go, I want to go to Southern California, and there's a Mexico right under it. So maybe the same thing happens there. Maybe. I don't know. Well, when I found out, I'll find out. I'll tell you.
Okay. Valerie, Valerie?
Yep.
Do you think that immigrants should have all the same rights as a native citizen? You know, right to vote, right to do everything as a native citizen? Do you think they should be allowed to?
No. Of course not. How come that immigrants might have the local rights as might have the same equal rights as the local population? It's not feasible.
Why?
Because they are not citizens of this country.
No, I think immigrants would be citizens. They would get their citizenship in the next country. They move there. It's not like visiting.
Okay.
You understand?
Well, all right. In this case, if a person becomes a citizen of that country, of course, getting citizenship enables him to have the same equal rights. And technically speaking, so I don't see a problem. If a person becomes a citizen, he must have the same equal rights as those people who were born in the country.
Okay. If someone moved to your city, would you help them with learn your local language and local culture? Do you ever do that?
Me? Do I ever help immigrants learn Russian?
Or learn how to do you know anybody that's, you see people move there, and do you help them like how to shop and how to find stuff?
No.
No?
No.
Those teachers knew where to shop and all that sort of thing?
With those English teachers, I communicated only at schools.
Oh.
We never met outside the school. And I don't really think that they needed my help. They were quite smart, I guess, with good education, and I think that they could figure out by themselves how to deal with.
Do they speak Russian?
Some of them did, more or less fine. Some didn't speak Russian at all. But I think that they had some Russian friends. For me, it would be wrong to approach them and offer them my help. I would be misunderstood, and I'm not seeking for making friends, you know, from my initiative. I don't. I never offer my help, my help or my friendship first. If I'm asked, of course, I will take time to think it over. Maybe I will agree and help them, but I never do it, you know, myself first.
Okay, well, that's probably wise. That's probably wise. Mary, what would you ever think of immigrating to another country?
Yes, no, maybe I think, but not real. Maybe live sometime, not all life, not about
To
immigration.
like,
Maybe few years.
where are you thinking about?
I think about New Zealand.
New Zealand. Why there?
Yes, I think it's very good nature in this place.
Beautiful country. I think so too. I've never
Yes,
been there. I would like to go. But you'd have to like work there, right? Somehow.
I think about work, distance work, and live in this country.
Uh, so do you know anybody in your city well, I ask you, city. You don't know anybody in your city that's from another country, do you?
Who move in
Yeah,
this country? In my city, I don't know, but my friend moved in
moved
German.
to
Yes,
Germany.
yes, to Germany.
Do you think that immigrants would have a bad reputation? You know, people would treat them badly if they moved to your city?
Mm, I don't know. I know about now a lot of people moved in my city, another city from Donetsk, and
Uh-huh.
when they moved, people usually not really glad because they take some workplace, so um, it's some can be problem for other people. So really, people don't really glad for these changes.
Yes, I understand. Can take their jobs and make their shopping more things. Okay, Val, do you think that countries should limit the number of people that can come to their country?
Well, how can you limit this? You can just
You can.
I think I think you can you can make laws or something like that. But if the person wants to go somewhere, he wanted very hard and deeply, he will go there, and nothing can stop him.
Well, I mean legally, not just illegally, but legally. I mean, they do have limits on how many. I mean, I think all countries do. How many visas they issue per year?
About visas, yeah, right. I think the every country has these regulations or something like that. Uh, United States makes this lottery every year. They probably they as I think they know how many people and they want, and what profession these people what profession they want.
Yeah, they're big on getting trying to get
You
talent.
can, I think you can't just win the lottery if you're unemployed. You probably will win the lottery if you are, very good medical doctor or something like that. So I think it's working like this.
Okay, well, if you're interested in Southern California, have you read a lot about this Mexican issue?
Yeah, I read about it. Well, it's it happens in San Diego, but I'll try to avoid big cities, San Diego, Los Angeles. wanted to stay between in small towns, small, like villages.
They're not villages. I've been there. Like, do you know any cities there that you're interested in?
I don't get it. Didn't get it.
Do you know any cities that you're interested in moving
Yeah,
to?
of course. First city I liked was Oceanside, but I read about it a little more, and I found out that it's military town because
Yes, it
because Marine Corps base or something like
is.
that.
Marine Corps base in San Diego,
Yeah,
nearby.
right.
Yeah.
And I said to my wife, no more military, man. We need to
Well,
find something. And we find, next the town next to it, Carlsbad.
Carlsbad,
I
yes.
think it's, yeah, where Legoland is. Well, we pointed at it.
Okay. Valerie, what do you think should be the requirements for naturalization? You understand?
Yes, I do. Requirements for granting citizenship
Yes.
to immigrants.
Yes.
Well, so the government, the state should think thoroughly if they need those people, and nationalization might depend on qualifications of those people. So that's all about it. If
What
the
kind of
state-
qualifications?
Hmm?
What kind of qualifications?
Qualifications in terms of jobs, if they are highly qualified specialists like medical doctors, scientists, some technicians, engineers, so they might be needed by the state, and this nationalization might be speeded up for those specialists.
Okay, but what do you like? If you was to say, if we want to move to your country, what should we be required to do? What should I be required to do if I want to move to your country? Like, what would you make me do? You have to know what, have to do what, have to do what. Do you know some things? You think I should have to learn the language right away before I become nationalized?
Well, first of all, people have to submit their papers of work experience, education, and maybe language knowledge. So age might be considered, age, sex, health might be examined, of course. If, for example, there are some AIDS ill people, of course, they wouldn't be nationalized. Well, people with terminally dangerous diseases, infections.
Okay.
Well, yeah, this list is not really difficult to make up, I think. The list of requirements.
Mary, what do you think? What do you think people should be required to do to move to your country?
I think maybe learn language and to find job. Sometimes people find job before they moved on in another country. I think it's a good practice because when, like example, people moved in Russia and very long found work, it's very difficult for them, I think. And I think it's healthy. They can examine, like Valerie say.
What?
Like Valerie say.
Oh yeah.
Examine some disease.
Do you know of any places which have been seriously improved or by people moving there?
I know about some place when people can move on. Um, they they help people moved on for another country, and I know about this place, but it's very expensive. How can I know?
Okay, Valerie, should employers be penalized for hiring illegal workers?
Mm, Is it for me?
Yes, I'm sorry, Val. I'm sorry, you have more than a list here. Yes, so Val, this question is for you. Should employers be penalized for for hiring illegal workers?
Well, mm, I think yeah, because when they hired them, they want to avoid to pay taxes. I think
And
that's
pay
why
less salary, right? Usually pay less salary.
right. That's why they need to be punished. But some people, some business owners do that just to help. Well, you can't say actually. It's different angles.
Well, do you know anything? Do you know? Have you heard about this in your city?
Yes, I've heard about it. Actually, that girl I've talked about previously.
She's illegal.
She was illegal. She working illegal. She worked illegal for about a year, I think.
She worked illegally for about a year. Illegally for what?
Right. For about a year, I think. A year and a half, maybe. Now she's she has Russian passport, so
good to go.
Yeah, right.
Okay, Valerie, what do you think about this? Do you think they should allow illegal workers?
Of course not. As well said that, of course, employers should be penalized severely for hiring illegal workers, and of course we should stick with the law every time. And illegal workers, immigrants, they can be dangerous due to their health, maybe some psychological conditions. Again, they should be examined by doctors. And if employers don't pay taxes for hiring illegal work power, it's reflected on the budget. So people like retired people can't get their pensions due to this lack of money coming from businesses. And besides, if employers hire illegal immigrants, they pay them less money than to the local population, and this reflects badly on the income of the locals. Of course, so this is one reason for penalizing employers who hire illegal immigrants. No, it's pretty clear.
Okay, Mary, what do you think is some reasons to teach children to have learn more than one language in order to have an opportunity to immigrate if they wanted to? How could you help explain to children that it was important to have more than one language?
I think it's important because they can to watch movie in original language, to read book in original language, and if they want to move on in another country, it can be more easy, and even if they want to travel in another country, it's more easy when you know another language.
What language would you suggest they learn?
Now,
Yeah,
now I learn English and French.
English and French. Do you think you'll ever use this? You think you'll ever go to an English-speaking country or a French-speaking country?
I watch movie in English, but French I learned, I don't know, maybe 3 months, so I know its language very bad, and I can't do anything now. But in future, I think I can watch movie and read book. For me, it's good.
Okay.
Learn more.
In this conversation about immigrating and moving and stuff, what would you consider the word home to be? Home. In this conversation. Do you understand?
No,
What is home to you in your culture? To you, what about your culture?
I don't know. No, really, I don't know what can be my home for my culture, because when I saw movie about my country, and sometimes I understand that it's not really my culture.
Okay, well
When
let me ask you a different question. How about if you moved to another country, what would you miss the most about home?
Oh, okay. I don't know. Maybe I missed from my parents and my parents, friends, and some place what I visited before.
Do you think
And
the
I think it's all.
Do you think the food would be different?
But I think I cook for myself, so it's not really big difference, I think.
Well, maybe you can't find the same food to cook.
I don't know. I think I eat usual vegetable, and it's not really so difficult.
Okay. Val, same question. Would you miss if you left? What was it, what do you call home? What do you like about where you live, or what do you really appreciate about it?
Many things I like, but I think there's nothing I miss here because I can get it anywhere. I think that's I grew up on adventure books, so it's not so hard for me to get away.
Okay, well, how about for other people in your city? Not so adventurous, jolly guy like you, but
Well, that can be pretty hard. People miss other people the most. I
yes.
think their relatives, they friends maybe, people. Well, I don't know what.
Anything cultural, anything that people do in your city that they maybe not be able to find somewhere else?
I think I live in in a small town near Moscow where Chekhov write it there
Wrote.
wrote his books, so you can find his books everywhere. you can you can go to the theater and see plays that he wrote
You can't
anywhere.
do that anywhere. Only there,
Anywhere,
right?
especially in California, where people in the movies or in the plays. Well,
I don't think you have Chekhov plays in America.
uh, I think yeah, of course. There are Czech plays in America, of course.
Could be. I don't know. I was never a big theater goer when I was there. I was.
It's one of the popular play. Actually, I've been to the museum yesterday near my town, Czech museum, and I saw a couple of students from the States. They just wanted to see where this great writer wrote his books. So they probably in the theater. So
Probably in the theater, yeah. I see. Okay, Valerie, what do you think about this question? What do you consider to be home? What do you really appreciate about where you live, or what would you miss if you left?
Well, what matters to me is to stay with my family. I mean, with my wife and my son. These are the only two people who I would miss if I left the country. But of course, as a family man, I should be always with my own family and never leave them. And if I emigrated, left for another country, with my family, of course, I think I wouldn't miss anything about Russia. So I'm not really a sentimental person. If I settle well in a new country, if I'm pretty fine there, I would. So if I were pretty fine there, I wouldn't miss neither meals, nor some places, the city, the people, you know, friends, or maybe some acquaintances. And now I live in Moscow, and my parents live 5,000 kilometers away from Moscow. And
You have Skype for that, right?
yeah, Skype, and now I maybe it's horrible. It can sound horribly, but I just caught myself on the thought that I don't miss them actually, because I used to miss them when I was single, when I didn't have my own family. Now I have my family. Now it's become much easier. Though, of course, I go there at least once a year to visit my parents, my friends there. But now I have my little own world, and it's really important for me to stay with my family now.
Okay. Mary, do you think that immigration rules are too strict? Do you think countries should be more lax, less strict about letting people immigrate to their country?
I don't know. I think it's we have two problems, because for country it's not really good situation when country has a lot of immigrant, and it can be some economical problem start in the country. But for people who really want to live in better condition, it's very important, and yeah, very, and they very want to move on. But I don't know about rules, because I never try to move for some place. So I don't know. I think it's normal.
Okay. So you don't know any immigrants? Do you know that immigrants usually tend to stay in one part of town? Do you understand what I'm saying?
No, could you repeat?
Yeah, the immigrants tend to stay in one part of the city, right?
Oh, I don't know about
You don't know. You don't know about you.
They make their community.
They make their own community. Yeah. Do you know about this, Mary?
My friend, when they moved, I don't know, he stayed in some place for immigrant sometimes, and I don't know how long, and after that he check exam language, and he can move for country.
What country was this?
It was Germany.
So he would stay at this particular place and learn German?
Yes. It's some place for immigrant. I don't know how long he stay in this place.
It's like torture place, you know.
They're called internment camps. They're called internment camps.
Filtration camp. Filtration camp.
Yes, immigration camp.
Yes, internment. Yes. So did he say this was a bad experience?
I don't know. He didn't like this place.
Okay, what do you think, Val? Do you think that immigration laws are too strict?
Immigration what?
Laws are too strict. You know, strict? You know this word strict?
No, I don't.
Okay,
I
like
don't know.
parents are strict or they're lax, right? You even have really strict, parents be home at 10 o'clock. Strict parents.
Yeah, I think immigration is strict, but it has to be like that.
Why?
Uh, so that people can really think about uh, do they really want to move? Do they need it?
Or how
I
badly
think,
do they want it, right?
yeah, right. I think that's why. So if it's easy, no easy ways right now. And
No easy.
yeah, and I think it's a good thing.
Well, it's easy to move to a poorer country, right?
Of course, not nobody want to do that. Not wants to do that.
Some people do, right?
Well, if some people do, I think for different reasons. Y- you can call Thailand or Bali poor country, uh, poor country, but many people go there, just to relax. Many
That's just tourists. That's not immigrant. That's like
no,
moving to
no, no.
Thailand.
No. I know many people who move to Thailand or Bali. They actually in IT business. They
Uh-huh.
freelancers. They working here, there, and just have fun.
Why did
All
they
they
move
need,
there? Why did they move there?
uh, because of the surfing culture. Uh, grow there. They just want to relax.
Yes.
They rent a house. Actually, some companies moved there. That just the whole company, 10, 12 people moved there with their families working and living there.
Is it cheap to live there?
Uh, it's cheaper and it's sea and
Warmer.
ocean.
Warmer.
Warmer, right? Yeah.
Okay.
Hot food.
Hot, yes. Valerie, do people in your city, the immigrants, they tend to stay in one group and don't associate with the normal city native people?
Here in Moscow, do you mean?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think that immigrants tend to stay in their group, especially if they are from poor countries like former Soviet republics, and they tend to work together, live together, and they sometimes don't have to know the Russian language so well, so they might have a leader who might be responsible for interacting with Russian people and tell his natives what to do and how to do things right.
Do you think
So,
that do you think that crime is higher in these parts of the city?
do they commit crime?
Do you think more so than elsewhere in Moscow? Do you think crime is higher in these neighborhoods with the immigrants? What do you think? Valerie, you there? Yep, you went dead. Okay. Mary,
Yes.
would you ever consider moving to a poorer country so you could have a better standard of living?
Mm, I don't. Don't know. I think about India
Yeah.
because it's maybe um, more better climate than in my country. But I think about live few years, not long time.
Why are you thinking
But
about only for a few years?
I don't know. I don't want live all life in one place maybe.
Well, if you could, go do your job like Thailand or somewhere, and rent's cheaper and food is cheaper, and you could have a better standard of living. Would that interest you?
I don't know. Now I don't think about it.
You don't think about it.
I understand that it's more comfortable because even if you work in Ukraine, you have more money than you. If you work and live in another country, then you work in India. But I don't know. I think uh, I I will want to return maybe.
Okay. Do you think that what was that? Do you think that when people move to another country that they should keep their same culture, or think they should be forced to become like the local citizens?
I think they won't. I think it depends person, depend on person. But some people won't be like another. Some want to keep their culture. I
Do you
know
think?
about my friend told me that they have some group. Some was Russian, some was Poland and Germany, and when so they keep together for nationality, and it can be little difficult for native citizens.
Sorry to interrupt you. I
What?
gotta go.
Okay,
I
very
gotta
good.
go.
We're going to close it.
Thank you so much
Thank
for the
you very
lessons.
much. See you next Monday if you can make it. Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
Bye
Bye-bye.
bye.
Goodbye.
What do you think about that, Valerie? Do you think that that you should retain the same culture even though you move to a different country, or do you think you should just go ahead and acclimate yourself to the new culture?
Of course, I think it's a good idea to retain your culture, never to forget what you are, what nationality you are. But at the same time, you should adapt to the new environment, to the new world, and find a common language with the natives. So it's all about the finding the right balance. And at home, you might speak your native language with your family. It's really important, and stick to your traditions, customs at home. But outside, when you deal with natives, you shouldn't be showing off your roots, your speaking your native language. It might irritate other people. For example, when some Asian people come up to me in Moscow streets and start speaking their Kazakh language or maybe Uzbek language, for me it's irritable. And first of all, they should ask me if I am a Kazakh or Kyrgyz, and then start speaking their language. So I tell them, speak Russian. You're in Moscow. Speak Russian. If I'm slant-eyed, if I'm of Asian appearance, it doesn't necessarily mean that I'm a Kyrgyz or a Kazakh. I'm a Mongol. Yes, and don't say Salam Alaikum to me because I'm not a Muslim. I'm a Buddhist. I'm Mongolian. So if I'm of Asian appearance, it doesn't mean that I'm Muslim. So,
yes, appearances can be tricky, right? It's not always.
Of course, because among Asian people in Moscow, there can be Chinese, Koreans, Yakuts, or anybody. So not every Asian man is a Muslim and comes from Central Asia.
Okay. Mary, do you think that illegal immigrants should be deported? Do you think they should be sent back to their country?
I don't know. Maybe not. Maybe I really don't know. But I know about Mexican people and about in Europe a lot of people from Ukraine who live illegal, and it's a big problem for country. But I understand people who want. But I think it's right. better to deport, yes, these
Yes,
people,
deport these people back to Ukraine, right?
yes, back. Mm, I know about story when people live a long time illegal work, and after that they have they become citizen and live in this country, and they become, I don't know, more they have more better income in this country. But it can be, people can have a problem with healthy people, and they, if they don't have some registration, it can be problem for hospital and they can die. So I think it's very big problem for people, not only for country.
I agree. And that's time's up, and so it's time to go. Thank you much for being in our meeting. We'll be here again next Monday at 9 o'clock. We're going to be talking about the environment and pollution. So hope to see you back then. Thanks for coming to this time. Bye-bye.
Thank you. Bye.
Thank you.
Bye, Mary.